that took care of moms that were pregnant, delivery, right? It was usually a healer, a medicine man, medicine woman that had a knowledge about what was available in terms of the herbs, in terms of, things that they knew to do. And I believe that most healing practices from years ago were spiritually based too, because if you have a common belief in something,
right,
that creates a communion. It creates a communion with, hey, we believe, the natives believed in God being part of the earth.
right,
If you're a Christian, you believe, hey, God created the earth, right?
right.
And so there's a lot of different belief systems, but if you look back, that was never separate from medicine.
No, it was holistic.
Yes.
When I was in India, I was researching. I was looking at Ayurveda from a medical, not actually from a medical standpoint, from just a business entity. I was convinced that Ayurveda in the West was quantified, like just they quantified it, they separated it, saying your spiritual aspect's different, mental is different, and we want to say like, oh, mind, body, and soul, but it's not. They're not separate. They're one in the same.
One. Yeah.
And there are Ayurveda physicians, very conservative, that would say, no, I'm not going to practice. I'm not going to work on you
on the mental aspect.
Right. Just it's all aspects.
And for me, I see the same thing, friend. I have a beef with that because this is, in medicine we separate cardiovascular from respiratory, from skin health. You're one. You're one being with all these different functions. Same thing in terms of our belief system, our relationships, what we eat, what we think, do we exercise, how we sleep. I have patients that believe, I go to sleep at 3 a.m. No, that is not normal. It's not normal. 100 years ago, we didn't have electronics. So for how many centuries, millennia, have we been going to sleep at sunset or close to sunset? Yeah, we had fires, but we didn't have a bulb. We didn't have computers, right? So that's changed. That's changed our dynamic today. Kids are so stuck to screens. Is that changing us? Yeah, I believe it's changing us.
Oh, there's so much evidence on that.
Yeah.
I mean, that one of the big things that we get is libido, is sex drive.
People ask about that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's because erectile dysfunction, it does happen with age. It happens with diet. But there are more and more young people are suffering from erectile dysfunction. And there's this study called the Great Porn Experiment, and has to do with, like you said, millennials ago, like, an adult human being, was only going to be able to be with so many women. They can only see so much, and so, now in like, 2 minutes, a 13-year-old boy could see way more than all of his ancestors put together.
Because of electronics, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's the mental stimulation.
Yep.
And so that's just, sex driven. And that's sexual health is a part of that.
Part of our well-being.
And yet we separate it, saying, well, give me a pill for that because I'm suffering from erectile dysfunction, or I have a stroke, I have a problem with it, give me a pill.
Yeah.
And
so the pill is supposed to clean up
yeah.
It's usually not Cialis or Viagra deficiency. I mean, I do believe in vitamin and mineral deficiencies, and I believe there's a place for prescription meds, don't get me wrong.
Oh, same.
But usually it's not a deficiency in one of those. That's the problem.
So I like that, Dr. Moreno, because a lot of the medical physicians that I interact with, not a majority, but there's a significant amount, that they're almost anti-pharmaceutical. And I think it's easy for the general public to look at pharmaceutical drugs and be like, they're bad. And it's like, well, they are, they don't have any emotions. They're no different from a plant.
Exactly.
It's how you use them.
It's how you use it. Yeah.